What's up, YouTube? This is Wawa Echo. My name is Zach,
And I'm Rachel.
and we're here for the Smackdown Sick. Yes. Thankfully, I have not gotten it yet, but I'm sorry that you feel sick. But we are here for the Smackdown Live or the Smackdown Survey for Smackdown Live, December 26th, 2017, and it's the night after Christmas, and uh, it was an okay SmackDown. Overall, it was actually pretty good, but it started out really good, and then it got really crappy, and then it ended just with one really good segment. But it was more of a roller coaster, and I'd say this is probably the best start to SmackDown we've had in quite a long time, because we constantly get the Authority promo type thing where Shane McMahon comes out and he talks a while, and then Daniel Bryan comes out, and then another superstar comes out, either Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn, and it's been that way for a very long time. But this week's SmackDown kicks off a little different, and Daniel Bryan comes out, and yes, it's still sort of the authority figure, ironically, but he does come out and he talks about Dolph Ziggler walking out and leaving the United States title in the ring, and um, announces the tournament to crown a new champion. But then he's interrupted by Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, who cut this sort of heel type promo. Like, I still don't know if they're heels or faces because technically they're faces, but like they're starting to act more and more heelish. And this was a kind of the way they said things, the way they acted was more of a heel in this segment. But then they talk about how they should be in contention for the tag titles. They should be up against the Usos. But then they're sort of interrupted by Rusev Day when Aiden English comes out and he's singing. They also have a claim as to why they should be in the match for the tag titles because they didn't get pinned at Clash of Champions, and Gable and Benjamin did. And then they're followed by the New Day, who come out and say that they should be in the match against the Usos for the titles. And so like this was overall like really good, and I really enjoyed the fact that it was the tag teams that got the spotlight at the beginning of the show instead of the whole deal with Shane, Zayn, and Owens. And I'm really glad that the tag teams get the spotlight because this is at the I think we're at the height of the tag team division, especially on SmackDown Live. Raw is a little lacking with tag teams, and if you go watch the Raw rundown, you'll see Parker talking about that. But on SmackDown Live, they're flourishing and they're keeping it kind of fresh, and so I'm really enjoying this. I enjoy the promo work here, and it ends with Daniel Bryan announcing that there will be a triple threat tag team match between those three teams to determine who gets to face the Usos on New Year, the day after New Year's Day. So next week on SmackDown Live. And so overall, this promo gets an up because it was just an overall great segment with all the tag teams and Daniel Bryan. And also, Daniel Bryan didn't really do that much talking once the tag teams came in. So that was really nice. He just kind of sat back and let them do all the promo work. And it was really good. But then we're actually followed by the actual match. And of course, I keep giving ups to these tag team matches because they're just great. They feature such athletic people. And my fear is that it eventually get like these teams, even though there are so few, and I say that it's interesting, it is still interesting, but I'm afraid that because there's so few teams, that there's only so much they can do, and there's so much character work they can do that hopefully it just doesn't get burned out, and hopefully we don't see the same things. And this match was did not disappoint. We saw several new things. We saw a few. I saw a few tag team moves that Gable and Benjamin did that they haven't done before, and saw Rusev and Aiden English working together really well. And also, I didn't talk about this for the opening segment, but how over Rusev was just astounds me. Like, it's not like I don't get it. Like, I mean, I kind of don't understand, but at the same time, like, I kind of like Rusev, and I like this whole new gimmick of Rusev Day and Aiden English. And while I think that Aiden English is singing, he can sing very well, and that's coming from someone who can't. So really, anyone who can carry a tune can. Um, but I think his singing is a little annoying. But the team is I think really good. And honestly, I think they should be in contention for the belts, but that's just me. Um, but the crowd kept chanting Rusev and chanting Rusev Day, and it was amazing. And so those two worked together very well in the match. And of course, you had the New Day in there, and they're always pulling off some really good stuff as well. And this match I actually saw Gable and Benjamin pick up the win for the number one contendership, and this was it was sort of surprising, but not really. Like I knew the New Day wasn't going to win it, but I really wanted Rusev and English to win it, especially considering how over Rusev is. And I'm just waiting for the day that they get their title shot and actually win the titles. But it looks like it'll be Gable and Benjamin, and I'm not totally disappointed. Like I hope that match delivers, but they're just not as charismatic as the other two teams, and there's just something lacking. American Alpha 2.0 is really kind of a disappointing team so far since Benjamin returned. But anyway, with all of that, this match gets a huge up because it was just fantastic. There's nothing I could say that was bad about it. But then we go into a backstage segment with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. And when I first saw this, I wasn't going to give an up or a down because there are a few more segments through the show that I didn't. Because I typically don't, unless it either really wows me or really disappoints me. And this one really disappoints me. Like this segment gets a down because Shane McMahon has no logic whatsoever, and I get that it's sort of a heel thing to do to blame someone else that like you're responsible for. So like, of course, he would blame Daniel Bryan for showing favoritism to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, while Shane McMahon himself was responsible for showing favoritism against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So like, I get that it's a heel thing to do, but really, it's beyond stupid. Like, no one is accusing Daniel Bryan of showing favoritism. At least I don't. Anyone with a sound mind, because especially given the Clash of Champions match where they were both special guest referees. Clearly, it was Shane against Owens and Zayn, and so Shane McMahon's stupidity gives this segment a down, just because it just blew my mind. Um, then we also have another short segment before a match where where we see the Ascension. Basically, this was from last week. The Ascension was giving as a Christmas gift to Breezango a rematch against the Bludgeon Brothers. So then we did have that match, the Bludgeon Brothers versus Breezango, and as usual, the Bludgeon Brothers killed Breezango. But then the ending came when the Ascension hit the ring, and they did a double shoulder block to Luke Harper, and then they dodged out the ring and took Breezango with them, giving the Bludgeon Brothers the victory via DQ. And so this is interesting, especially considering after the match, then the Ascension said again that they were giving Breezango a rematch, a rematch, or whatever. I don't know how many matches they've had now, against the Bludgeon Brothers next week. So like, are they trying to like literally kill Breezango? I don't know where this is heading, but it's actually keeping me kind of interested. Like it wasn't a boring match, especially because like seeing these two guys slaughter anyone they're against is actually kind of funny. But also this tension between the Ascension and Breezango is kind of interesting. So I'm going to give all of that an up. The next match we have saw Ruby Riott going against Naomi, and it wasn't. I gave an up and a down to this because an up for the match because it wasn't really like I really wanted to give the match a down because it wasn't that interesting, but like it wasn't terrible. Like they're not terrible wrestlers. I mean they carried the match very well, and it was a decently quick match. So it's not like it was really extensive and boring and just hard to sit through. But I give it down to the after whatever you want to call it, the post match assault, and they started the Riot Squad starting attacking Naomi, and then Charlotte came out, and maybe someone else came out. I don't remember because I feel like I looked away at that moment or whatever. But and then we saw Tamina, Lana, Carmella, and one other person. Huh? Oh, duh! You think I would remember that? And Natalia come out to the ring, and like they're facing the Riot Squad, and then they try to get into the ring, and like but then the Riot Squad, they look like they're about to square up against them, but then they like hit outside the ring, like they just leave the ring. But then those four come after the Riot Squad outside the ring, and a brawl breaks down, and the Riot Squad just like shoots to the back. This made the Riot Squad look very weak, considering they're up until now they've tried to make the Riot Squad look like Absolution, and Absolution is much better. I've said this for like several weeks now, much better than the Riot Squad, and this also proves it. But so I give it down to that because that just was it was stupid to me, and I get it that they were like outnumbered in their own game, but like Absolution, there are only three women, but there are several more who don't like Absolution, but you never see that happening because they're smart. Riot Squad is not. But anyway, moving on, we have the first match for the United States Championship Tournament featuring Bobby Roode versus Baron Corbin for the millionth time. Like it's actually only been like two or three times, but honestly, like there's no chemistry between the two. It wasn't like the worst match tonight, but it wasn't interesting at all, and the ending was even more disappointing because Bobby Roode won with a roll up. Like this is in contention for one of the most prestigious titles. That's an overstatement, but like I mean, it does have a history, and it is important. It's an important mid card title of the two, I guess. Intercontinental, maybe even more important, but it's not like the United States Championship is not like worthless. So like to have like this whole tournament and to build this tournament up because we're going to find the best superstar to fill the place of Dolph Ziggler, and Bobby Roode defeats the former champion by roll up. That was stupid booking decision, stupid having this match. You get it down. And then we have the second match of the tournament featuring Jinder Mahal versus Ty Dillinger. And Jinder Mahal won this match too. Like this is, I mean, I'd rather him be in the mid card picture and him be hated there than him be in the main card picture or the main title picture and him be hated up there. But and it's ironic because he's so anti-American. He has that typical anti-American gimmick that he's going for the United States title. But what is logic in the WWE? Either way, this match was not very interesting. It wasn't too boring. Like, I mean, Dillinger's a pretty good worker, in all honesty, and Mahal. This wasn't his worst match. Of course, he has a lot of terrible matches to back that up. But I'm still gonna give it a down simply because, for one, it was kind of like out of nowhere to bring Dillinger back, and I know what they're setting it up for. But like to have him come back and supposedly be in the working for a heel turn and then lose to Mahal, that I don't know. That's just weird to me, but it gets it down. But then the main event saw AJ Styles, our WWE champion, against Kevin Owens with Sami Zayn at ringside, of course. And this was obviously a good match. They worked together very well. It was one of the most heated rivalries of 2017, as they reminded us several times through the night. And it saw Kevin Owens pick up the victory by yet another roll up because, whatever. But this, of course, featured Shane McMahon coming in and providing the distraction because he always has to stick his nose where it doesn't belong. So he comes down and he has Sami Zayn ejected for no reason. Like I know Sami kind of like created a distraction to AJ Styles, but it wasn't like detrimental to the match. It wasn't like going to decide the victory. But Shane decides to come out and have the referee eject him anyway, and that actually distracts AJ Styles and allows Kevin Owens to, or it distracts Kevin Owens, and then AJ Styles tries to roll him up, but AJ Styles still gets caught up or whatever, and Kevin Owens steals it with a roll-up victory. And then you could see how AJ Styles was kind of mad at Shane as he was walking to the back, and rightfully so. Shane McMahon had no right to be out there. AJ could have taken care of it. I mean, he did defeat Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers pretty much a 3-on-1 situation, as it always was with those. But that match gets an up, even though I really wanted to give another down to Shane. But let's just say that the down earlier from Shane's stupidity just carries on to this one. And we end SmackDown on a good note, but only barely with 5 ups and 4 downs. And I expected this to be a little better considering it was the last SmackDown of the year. But I did enjoy the very beginning of it. Of course, I enjoyed the main event only because AJ Styles is in the main event. And I'm super excited that he entered 2017 and is leaving 2017 as WWE Champion. I hope his reign lasts for longer than the Royal Rumble, which I don't foresee him dropping it there. But we'll see what that leads to. But I believe that's it for SmackDown Live of December 26th. If I missed anything or if you disagree with me in any aspect of the show, leave a comment below. Let us know that. If you like this video, hit the like button. And just so you don't miss our content, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because we would really appreciate that here at Wawa Echo. And we have the Raw Rundown and the Smackdown Survey, of course, every week. We also have our top 10 best matches of 2017 up. So go check that one out because 2017 had several really, really good matches, and we laid that out. And we'll have some more top 10s coming out pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. Hit subscribe, get alerts for our content, and don't miss a single thing. Uh, I guess I'll be out of here, but we'll see you next week for the Raw Rundown and SmackDown Survey. Peace.